In this video, we are going to talk about the power of awareness we have inside of us, so before starting this video, please like this video, and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. Awareness is being able to clearly see all the different elements that make up your personality and to see them without judgment. You pay attention to your feelings, the way your body feels, and you make note of your reactions to the things that have a direct effect on you and the world around you. With our busy schedules, it might be difficult to find time to think about who we are, our strengths and weaknesses, our drives and personalities, our habits and values. Besides, many of us just aren't inclined to spend much time on self-reflection. Even when personal feedback is presented to us, we're not always open to it, because honest feedback isn't always flattering. Consequently, many of us have a pretty low level of self-awareness. That's unfortunate, because self-awareness is an essential first step toward maximizing management skills. Self-awareness can improve our judgment and help us identify opportunities for professional development and personal growth. Here's the description of the power of awareness we have inside of us. Let's start. Motivation. It's very difficult to cope with poor results when you don't understand what causes them. When you don't know what behaviors to change to improve your performance, you just feel helpless. Self-awareness is empowering because it can reveal where the performance problems are and indicate what can be done to improve performance. In addition, awareness of your psychological needs can increase your motivation by helping you understand and seek out the rewards that you really desire, such as a sense of accomplishment, additional responsibility, an opportunity to help others, or a flexible work schedule. Developing intuitive decision-making skills. Leaders with well-developed emotional self-awareness are more effective, intuitive decision-makers. In complex situations, intuitive decision-makers process large amounts of sometimes unstructured and ambiguous data, and they choose a course of action based on a gut feeling or a sense of what's best. This type of decision-making is becoming more important for managers as the rate of change and the levels of uncertainty and complexity in their competitive environments increase. Managers who are highly emotionally self-aware are better able to read their gut feelings and use them to guide decisions. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses. Self-awareness helps you exploit your strengths and cope with your weaknesses. For instance, if you are someone who is good at seeing the big picture that surrounds decisions, but not as good at focusing on the details, you might want to consult colleagues and subordinates that are more detail-oriented when making major decisions. Cooperation between big-picture-oriented decision-makers and detail-oriented decision-makers can produce high-quality decisions. Skill development. Improvement projects should normally begin with an assessment of the gap between the current situation and the desired future situation. Having an accurate sense of who you are helps you decide what you should do to improve. Often, self-awareness will reveal a skills gap that you want to work on. Out with the old, in with the new. It's an unquestionable fact that we are creatures of habit. Habits are formed through repetition and become so familiar to us that we begin to perform them automatically, without much effort or thought. The more we practice or do something, the more ingrained the neural pathways in the brain become. When our habits become so deeply ingrained, we become less aware of them to the point where if a friend or loved one were to point them out to us, it may take us by surprise. The habits that we are unaware of are more harmful due to us being oblivious to their impact in our lives or to their impact on others. As difficult as it may be to admit, most of us have at least one bad habit that we dislike about ourselves and wish we could change. But you may tell yourself it's easier said than done. Whether your habit is being chronically late, smoking, being a perfectionist, or impulsively overspending, surprisingly, every bad habit serves a purpose in our lives. The relationship between self-awareness and humility. Although we have a negative attribution bias, we also have what may seem to be a contradictory tendency known as a self-serving bias. The self-serving bias is a tendency to perceive ourselves in an overly favorable way and is ultimately designed to protect our self-esteem. In order to guide ourselves to a more accurate form of self-awareness, it's essential to balance our lowliness and fallibility with our potential for greatness. Those who are in touch with both ends of this spectrum and balance them well are often identified as confident yet humble individuals due to not losing sight of both sides. Self-awareness strengthens the muscle of resiliency. On average, human beings have approximately 60,000 thoughts per day, which translates to one thought per second. The large majority of these thoughts are the same ones on replay in our minds each day, and a whopping 80% of those thoughts are negative in nature. Due to the brain being inclined to focus more attention on the negative experiences or circumstances in life, a term that is often referred to as negative attribution bias, during your toughest and darkest moments, your mind will do an amazing job of convincing you of a multitude of things. You may repeatedly have thoughts that tell you that you aren't good enough to succeed in your business endeavors, that you're not worthy of a good spouse, that you'll never reach your weight loss goal, and that you're a horrible parent, and the list is endless. You have healthy boundaries. You know and understand your limits and are able to enforce them. If you feel that you're not keeping your boundaries clear, you ask yourself what's changed, what could you do about the situation, and why the situation causes you so much stress. Once you've asked yourself all the questions you need to ask, you go about restructuring those boundaries and fortifying them. You let go of past hurts. When you hold on tightly to past wrongdoings and pain, you tend to miss what's going on right now. The self-aware person knows that it's important to make peace with those who hurt you, but to not give them the power to hurt you again. You're thankful for someone being a part of your life, but if the relationship is over, you are strong enough to move on. You pursue your goals and dreams. You have a good idea of the steps you need to take in order to accomplish the things you want to achieve. If you're weak in certain ways, you do what you have to do to improve. Your self-awareness helps to make you confident and bold. Your self-awareness gives you a strong foundation so that you can take calculated risks. You have better relationships. You're honest about who you are, and you're able to really hear what your loved ones say to you, even if their words are critical or full of unasked for advice. You don't have to keep up a fake persona, which is exhausting, so that your partner can know will never know the real you. There's much less conflict in a relationship between two self-aware people who don't hide their true selves. You tend not to take things personally. You don't need anybody else to tell you your abilities, weaknesses, flaws, and talents. You already know them. If someone can't see your worthiness, then that's on them, not on you. You won't waste energy trying to change someone else's mind. You're too busy doing your own thing. You know already that not everyone will like you, and you're okay with that. Your basic understanding of yourself constantly grows deeper. You use your self-knowledge as a guide to help you in the choices you make. If you know that you don't function well on only a few hours of sleep, you'll do whatever you need to do to have a set bedtime. You'll know what combination of things such as herbal treatments or meditating before bed you need to do that will assist you in getting a good night's sleep. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.